So once again, I was watching this video on No Limit Soldier, who once again proves that not only he has no idea what he's talking about, but he likes to leave out a lot of things when he makes a video. Okay, here's the things that you're leaving out. Okay, when you talk about things like I'm a bragger or something like he made this video saying Apefather is bragging, meaning that my wife is getting close to $1 million in the victims compensation fund, and he feels that I'm bragging, or that I don't know what he's exactly saying, that I'm intending to spend her money, which is I actually made a video that both of us agreed. My wife, it was her decision, okay, and both of us discussed it, that we're going to save that for the future of our children. Okay, so none of that money I'm spending. So, but let's put all of that aside for a second, because this guy's nuts. This guy's out of his mind. Um, what about all the people like Lou, right, and all the people online who made fun of my wife that she had cancer? What about those people? So those people are in the right, in your opinion. You talk about a dark day in America, okay? You're such a patriot, okay? How about all the people who called my wife, ready, the sea monster, meaning the cancer monster, wigglicious, okay? That my wife was so devastated and so distraught and upset that she actually made a video of getting chemotherapy. And you want to know what's sick? No Limit Soldier, they still don't believe her. There's this crazy woman, Cindy something Wu or whatever her name is, some lunatic, who tells her, "How do I know you're not just getting blood work?" There's really really sick people out there. Okay, so you know what I do, No Limit Soldier, and I think it affects people like you who are haters, and it affects the haters, is I fight back. You understand? Someone comes after me, I come after them tenfold. That's what I do. Okay? And I think that's really the source of your anger, is that I fight back. I'm a fighter, bro. So if you're going to come after me, I'm going to come after you. Okay? The reason why that I prove myself a lot, as you were saying, that I share a lot of things, is mostly out of defense. Like I'm going to just give you a few examples. Okay, I made up with Tendy Time. We made the peace. I never brought up that my children had a trust. Never happened. Never brought it up. Okay, Tendy Time made a video. This was a long time ago. We made the peace since then, saying that I was apparently suing my father's estate. This is what he said. He found it online, and that I was taking control over my children's trust. Now, none of this is true. This is all make believe. It's like a Walt Disney story. So I kept telling Teddy Tom, I'm like, where did you see this information? He was just referring to something that's online that stipulates that my father set up a trust, and the state of Florida overseed it through the probate court. But this is just standard business. This is what they do. Okay, they want to make sure that everything, all the dots are dotted, all the T's are T's. They want to make sure that everything is up to par legality wise. I had to provide them all the documents. Okay, that's all it was. So I'm telling, like Teddy, you're making these big stances, saying I'm stealing money. I'm like, that's defamation. That's slander. And I told him to take the video down. At first, he refused. Ultimately, he did take the video down. We made the peace. He apologized. I apologized to him because I was very rude to him, too. We're making a lot of very, well, let's just say funny videos, but at the same time, it could be a little hurtful. But at the same time, he has a good sense of humor, and he says, "Go for it, Rich. I don't care what you say about me. You're a funny guy. I know you mean it as a joke." And I told him the same thing. I said, "If you want to make jokes about me, like, I don't mind it when people make jokes about me, but don't lie." Like, for instance, like you said all my scams. You just said this on your last video. You said that I committed a lot of scams. Okay, I'll tell you what. Listen to me. This is what I'd like to do. If you could provide me, okay, with one single scam, in other words, where I was convicted for fraud by a judge and I went to jail. See, because you're not a judge, No Limit Soldier. Listen to me. You have to understand your place in this world. You're a loser. You understand? You're what's called a life loser. Now, I know in your pathetic puny mind, you think you're important. Like, nobody cares about you in this world. No one. I don't even think your parents, no offense, care about you. As you say, you live in a different state than them. Okay? Gotta be a reason for that. It's gotta be a reason for that, but I'll say alleged. I'll say alleged. But anyway, you have no woman in your life. You have no family. You say you go to a job. All I see you do is drive around all day. Are you an Uber driver? I'm just trying. What job do you work for Uber? Because all I ever see you do is drive. You're always driving. That's it. It's either you're driving or you're in the woods, like Jeffrey Dahmer. So I don't know exactly what your job is. It's either you're Jeffrey Dahmer or you're an Uber driver. Maybe a little bit of both. I'll say alleged. I'll say alleged. Okay, but you say that I've been involved in scams. This is why I have to defend myself. Do you see why? Are you starting to understand the picture? Okay, people make claims about my family, and then I prove them wrong. You understand? And then they get all hot and bothered by it. They're like upset. What I'm just proving, it's not. Listen, I never volunteered any information. I never. You'll be very shocked. Like, I never said to anybody that my house was in my mother's name. I never said that. People come to me and they say, I found out that your house is in your mother's name. So I defend it. They're like, oh, you threw your mother out of her own home. This is crazy. This is crazy. I got my mother a beautiful luxury apartment. Unfortunately, she almost died. It was a very scary situation. She got double pneumonia. I found her on the floor. She was unconscious. I rushed her to the hospital, and the doctors told me she cannot live alone anymore. She was living with her cousin. Her cousin got, it was crazy because my mother got a triple bypass. My cousin, who was living with her, got a quadruple bypass, and she was no longer, her health was very bad. She had to go move back in with her son. So we had a 1 year lease on my mother's apartment. We ended the lease. My mother moved back into the house with us. I mean, I don't know why this is any of your business, but once again, I have to share it because once again, people are attacking me. People, even Jack Clifford one time said that I threw my mother out of a house, and I think he said I put her in some kind of a, I don't even remember what he said. I don't know if he said a hospice community or some terrible thing, or I don't know. But the thing is, when people attack me, what do you want me to do? I attack back. I attack like that psychopathic person, Veronica, who attacked my son. She was telling my son is this rude, terrible kid who curses and screams at his grandmother, and his grandmother is rude and terrible. So once again, I had to defend my family. Okay, so I think a lot of the things that you're saying that you feel is an invasion of privacy of my wife or whatever is not really an invasion of privacy. It's more of me defending my family. That's what you're not. A lot of things, like here's an example. I don't know if you know this or not. I never mentioned my wife had cancer. I don't know if you know this. I don't know if you know this. Some person on the internet saw that I had a GoFundMe page for my wife, and they mentioned it. I don't remember who this person was. This was like over a year ago. Over a year ago, somebody said, besides the GoFundMe page that the Ape Father was running to help ape brothers and ape sisters in need, apparently he also had a GoFundMe page for his wife who supposedly had cancer. I don't think she has cancer. And they went even as far to say that I made another GoFundMe page for my aunt who had cancer, which was complete BS and a lie. But I did have a GoFundMe page where my wife was diagnosed with cancer. I did. And it was mostly from family members at that time who helped us. Helped us with her lifestyle, helped her. She needed special clothing. And we didn't know at that time. We were very scared. We didn't know what to expect with anything. Okay. So, but that was a family thing. And so I think what you're not understanding is that people attack me all the time and they attack my family and I fight back. Okay, that's what I do. And you call that an invasion of privacy. I call it defending my family. Okay, but you also attacked me. You said I ran a scam, right? Okay, didn't you just say that? Didn't you just say I ran a scam? What scam did I run? Tell me. Now, see, you have to, this is another thing. I can't stand it when people do this. You have to differentiate between opinions and facts. The problem with our country and world is people feel their opinions are facts. That's what they feel. Like, see, my opinion of you is that you're a serial killer. That's my opinion of you. I feel you drug men with roofies. I feel you bring them back to your house in Delaware. I feel you probably, you know, have manly love with them. And then after you're done with them, you might potentially eat them. And then I feel you bury them under your house. But here's the thing, I have to say alleged, because that's just my opinion. Is it fact? Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see the difference? Do you actually do this in reality, or is it just my opinion? So it's the same concept with you. You say that I have committed scams. Is that your opinion, or is that a fact? So I'll tell you what. If it is a fact, provide me where a judge, not you, you're not the judge. Provide me with a court case where a judge convicted me for fraud, convicted me for committing some sort of a scam. I went to jail. Show me where that happened. You're not going to be able to do it because it never happened. So you're probably basing things on your own assumption or your own opinion, like these lunatics do on YouTube. Like I've been in sales for 20 years. I was a telemarketer on various things, entrepreneurial ideas, working with Hilton, working with internet website sales and internet sales. I could go on and on and on. Timeshare, music projects. I've telemarketed a lot of people. Now, just so that you understand, there were cases where people were annoyed by me and posted like a negative comment saying, oh, this guy, Richie, I don't like him. I don't like what he's saying, blah, blah, blah. It don't sound right to me. Okay. Do you know how many people post negative comments on the internet every day? Do you know how many people, like you, I'll give you an example. When I worked for City Search, I used to go to like restaurant owners who were in tears. Tears were pouring down their eyes, saying, Richie, do you know many negative? They're not true. People don't like me personally. They say they saw a rat in my restaurant. They saw a cockroach in their food. They said, they start crying. Because we live in a world, okay, with social media that unfortunately people have the right to say whatever they want. And the libel laws are very, very difficult. It's very difficult to sue, okay, because people really, it's a freedom of speech. It's a freedom of speech, and it's very, very difficult. People can pretty much say whatever they want on the internet, okay? So the thing is this, okay? Does that mean that if somebody said that there's a rat in someone's restaurant, was there really a rat? It's alleged. Was there really a cockroach in their food? Okay, and the thing is, most of the time, it's just lies. Okay, so you can't base that you feel I'm a scam artist because someone wrote something negative about me on the internet, okay, from either a telemarketing call or someone who just personally did not like me and disliked me. Okay, like Tendy Time, one time found there was this thing on Music Stop. There's a store in Brooklyn that I used to go to. That this is the old school. They sold CDs, records, all that stuff. Okay, they had a sale one day where if you got there at 5:00, you bought 2 CDs, you got the third CD for free. Okay, so I walked in like literally 1 or 2 minutes after 5. The girl at the counter didn't know me. She refused to give me the deal. She's like, I'm not going to give it to you. I'm like, I'm 2 minutes late. She goes, you got to be here by 5. I'm like, you're really not going to give this to me? She goes, yeah. So I had to call the owner. The owner, I guess, was in a bad mood. Maybe he didn't get some trim last night from his wife. I don't know. He was in a very bad mood. And he told me, look, you had to be there at 5, Rich. And this is a guy I knew for years. I've been shopping at his store since I was a kid. I was shocked that he was being such a jerk off. So I had a fight with him. We had a big major argument. One thing led to another. I wrote a negative review about him saying that I've been going there for years and he didn't want to honor a deal. Then he starts, writing negative things about me. This is not scams. This is not crimes. This is social media. We all have the right to write reviews. We all have the right to write complaints online. A lot of them are not true. So what you have to base it on, here's what you have to base when you call someone a scam artist. You have to base it in reality. Like, for instance, Lou. Lou stole 73. This is reality. This is not fantasy. Lou stole $73,000 from senior citizens, was arrested for fraud, and went to jail. Okay, there is court documents proving this. That is now evidence of someone who committed fraud. Okay, it's not that someone just wrote a bad review about Lou saying, "Oh, I don't like this guy. I don't like the way he talks." Okay, so you have to learn to differentiate between what your opinion is and what facts are. I never committed a scam in my life. I never committed a fraud. I was never convicted of any crime in my life. Never. Never, never. So, you keep using these words, but then when I come back to defend myself, you get hot. You get hot and bothered like a friggin' woman going through menopause, which I think you are. I think you were a woman going through menopause, but I'll say alleged because I can't prove it. I think you probably had a sex change. I think you were once a woman. But once again, you see, I have to learn to differentiate between my opinion that you were once a woman, okay, and now fact that maybe it's alleged and that you were always a man. So, but this is the point. You have to learn to differentiate between opinions and facts. Stop calling me a scam artist. You have nothing to back it up. You have no proof. And by the way, I love arguing. Can I give you a heads up? He made another video saying, "Oh, I'll stop doing this if I'm not apologizing to nobody. I'll fight you for the rest of your life, and I'll beat you. You are not strong like me. You are not smart like me. I am advanced in I'm a more talented guy than you. I'm a better looking guy than you. I'm a richer guy than you, and I'm a smarter guy than you. So listen, I'll fight you till the end of time. I love fighting." So let's keep it going, okay? I'll even debate you if you want to debate. I'll have a debate with you. You have a debate? Let's have a debate. Okay? You're a loser. You sold your AMC. You're down on Megalodon. You live with. I still don't believe that is your house. And I would even be willing to go as far as to make a bet with you. I don't think you own anything. You don't own nothing. Let's be. You don't even own the friggin' tools that are in your friggin' toolbox. The tools are your father's tools. All right? You own nothing. You are a loser. Pure and simple, a loser.